Atlanta police need your help tracking down the people responsible for the murder of a father of 4. Other Greek students are now pushing for more equality and acceptance. This comes on the heels of the University of Oklahoma racist chant scandal. Kaiser Permanente announced today it's creating 900 new IT jobs here in Atlanta. 900. CBS 46's Rebecca Schramm shows us the new jobs range from entry level all the way up to management. 2 businesses are destroyed by fire, and investigators are now working to find out what caused it. This all happened on Mount Zion Road in Clayton County. The educators are expected to appeal their convictions, and that is supposed to happen within a month, about 30 days. Hillary Clinton is back for a second day of campaigning in Iowa. As you probably know, that is the state with the first in the nation Iowa caucuses. New developments today and more fallout as those disgraced Atlanta public school educators get ready to appeal their sentences. CBS 46's Renee Starzik joins us live from Gainesville, which is one of the hardest hit areas. Earlier this week, you'll remember Judge Jerry Baxter sentenced 10 convicted educators. He gave 8 of them prison time and 2 others took plea deals. Well, some have been critical of the judge, saying that those punishments are too harsh. CBS 46 is in storm mode, and so is our state. Within the last 15 minutes, Governor Deal made a special announcement. He's talking about preparations for winter weather tonight and the possibility of black ice in the morning. Our storm mode team coverage continues now. We want to give you a first-hand look at the roads. If you have to be out on the highway, now is probably better than later, and most definitely better than in the morning. Frank Wiley joins us from our CBS 46 Weather Lab. And Frank, I'm using your smile as a barometer of how the roads are doing.
Rapper Nicki Minaj is engaged. She posted this picture on Instagram showing off that right there. Look at that. That is a yellow and white heart-shaped diamond ring. Folks, it's 15 carats. Her fiancé is rapper Meek Mill. The two reportedly started dating earlier this year. Stephanie, I was just curious as to how big 15 carats is.
Tell me.
It's somewhere between the size of a dime and a nickel. Like on your finger.
On her finger, which is tiny anyway.
But I mean, a nickel is serious. I mean, that is
everything Nicki does is big.
Yes.
I have no doubt that that ring would be too. A controversy today over big game hunting. Coming up, the story behind the picture that started a war of words with comedian Ricky Gervais. All right, imagine this, a 2-year-old girl crossing the street alone in the middle of the night. It's video you have to see to believe from right outside of Detroit. Take a look. The toddler does have on her coat. She walks into the gas station, walks around for a minute, takes a look at things, places 2 pennies on the counter for the store owner, who says she wanted to buy some candy. The owner called police. They took the girl to the police station where the chief let her parents have it.
This 3-year-old girl is walking across the street at night to a gas station fully dressed, and you come here like, so what?
Well, the child is actually 2. Police say the parents were upstairs when the girl walked out the front door. Right now, prosecutors are deciding whether to charge them. Now, one of the convicted educators, who's a former principal, she's home today, and she's sharing her story with us. The judge sentenced Dana Evans to 5 years, 1 to be served in prison, 4 years probation, and 1,000 hours community service. Her lawyer is already at work on the appeal.
I know that it's just almost like the beginning, because we're appealing, and if we don't win that appeal, we'll appeal at the next level, and if we don't win that, we'll appeal at the next level. So I suspect it will be almost for the rest of my life.
As the newly hired principal of Dobbs Elementary, 2010 was a year of promise for Dana Evans. With a PhD in education and a creative streak, she had dedicated her life to children. And that's why what's happened since has been so devastating.
Kids they're amazing. I miss the students at Dobbs. They were wonderful. Challenging in so many ways, creative, inquisitive. Every single day I found something to laugh about, and I miss that so much.
Past 5 years have found Evans questioned, investigated, tried, and now convicted and sentenced for her role in the scandal in which educators changed answers on a state standardized test to inflate school performance. It's something Evans has consistently denied, even refusing to take a plea deal where she would admit guilt for a lesser sentence. Now, she has regrets about the investigation and the trial, including answering questions without a lawyer and wishing she could have been tried separately. But she does not budge on the admission of guilt.
In the closing remarks, Mr. Rucker said, these people rob children. I think out of everything that was said, that was probably the most heartbreaking. Always put children first. It was they were always in the room, in every meeting, in every thought, and I would never, ever hurt children intentionally.
Evans says she will now immerse herself in the appeals process and in volunteering, something she says helps her to stay grateful for her blessings. Only on CBS Atlanta, suicide steals too many of our teenagers. In fact, the Centers for Disease Control here in Atlanta reports it's the third leading cause of death of people ages 15 to 24. Third. That's behind accidents and homicide. So how do we stop it? Can we stop it? I talked to one brave family who believes where there's a will, there's a way. Will. It means wish or desire, often combined with determination.
In our little hometown, this can't be.
That was Will Troutwine. His wish and desire to be a musician. His determination to make his lacrosse team more about team, less about him. He was loved, he was well taken care of, he was popular. So why did he kill himself while his loving family slept?
If suicide can happen in our home and can happen to a young man like Will, then in theory it can happen everywhere.
The October evening Will took his life was like any other at the Troutwine home.
We had a great night. He was preparing for his tests the next day. It was just a good, normal. He seemed good when we left him, and we went to wake him.
Why this happened will probably never be answered. How? Hopefully. As in, how do we keep this from happening to another young person?
Number 13 was his number. He loved the number 13.
Will's parents and his friends at Northview High hope the Will to Live Foundation can help. It has helped ease their pain.
So you think it's never going to go away. And then when I start talking about the foundation, when I start talking about some of the things that we're trying to do for the kids and with the kids and through the kids, the pain starts to go away and that energy starts to become positive.
The foundation teaches. It offers fellowship to kids. It gives teenagers a place to talk about how tough life can be and how you can't give up on it.
What happened to Will and what Will was going through is very, very common, and that is a scary thought.
Will used to do something every day before class with his buddies. It was something his parents learned about only after his death. An affirmation this new foundation now promotes for all young people.
And when the bell rang, they got together and they put their hands in and they'd say, "Love you, man." And we never knew that. And we used to try to promote that, love each other.
And love enough to give each other a will to live. Now, the Will to Live Foundation will be holding a 5K run this Saturday. I'll be there. My daughter will be there. It's February 12th. We're going to raise money for suicide prevention and counseling here in Atlanta. Go to our website right now, cbsatlanta.com. Scroll down and click on web links. You'll find a link to the Will to Live site.